The autism epidemic is on the brink of entering a brand new chapter. The children of the last decade who were the faces of autism will soon become adults. Is society ready to accommodate this ever-growing community that has long been underserved? Andrew Ramos has more on the escalating health crisis affecting millions of families.
He was very, very kind of normal. And then all of a sudden he didn't answer to his name, and just kind of everything went downhill.
It's a devastating story any parent with a child diagnosed with autism knows all too well. And for Darlene Hines, it's a reality she's still dealing with.
It was, I have to say, the worst day of my life when I was told that my son probably will never talk. When you have a baby, you dream of him being a doctor or a lawyer, or you just picture scenarios in your head, and I couldn't go past him being 3 years old.
Diagnosed with autism at 18 months, Christopher began early intervention with a number of therapists and doctors who taught him the basics of life, from eating to simply sitting down. Now, at 16 years old, he's entitled to a variety of special services that help him lead a close to normal life. But as his mom learned early on, getting these services proved to be more of a treasure hunt than anything.
There's got to be a way for parents to know without having to ask, without having to fight for it. It needs to be offered to them. Because when your child first gets diagnosed, you're lost.
Christopher is just one of many in a growing population who's in dire need of special services. Services families don't know even exist. And with the dramatic increase in autism cases, the need for these resources will soon surpass what's available to them. Are we ready to take on this new community that's growing?
In no way are we ready.
Dr. Charles Cartwright is the director of the YAI Network, a group of non-for-profit agencies that provide services for individuals with disabilities. According to him, these vital services become even more scarce after a child moves into adulthood and ages out of the system.
These families are having tremendous difficulty accessing services, whether it be day hab services, whether it be assisted work programs, whether it be residential services, and they're sort of crying out for, who do I go to, who's going to assist me?
Sarah Haynes knows the difficulties behind finding resources to help her twin sons, both with autism. At 41 years old, Bobby and Billy still find themselves on waiting lists to receive services that are already overwhelmed.
You're on your own to try to find these places, and you run all over, phone calls all over New York to try to find what is available. And when you get there, it's no room because it's so limited.
With services lacking in a community of adults with autism slated to explode in the next few years, this long-neglected health crisis will soon be harder to ignore.
You know that's the camera, don't you? You know that that's the TV camera, don't you?
And for New Jersey mom Darlene Hines, ignoring this issue is not an option.
If you're a parent, you would do anything you can for your child, I would hope. You would try to make your child as happy as possible, and that's really all we're trying to do. I don't want pity. I'd like help. I'd like strength, and I'd like more services for my children.